What's up, nerds? Welcome to Drunk Bolter. Hey. Oh, What's up? What's up? It's me, Justin Carlogger, and with me today is the Imperial IPA Gym. Playing those dark games that have been on fire on the channel lately. We'll see if we can break the streak. Today we're playing the Ritual, Swift Action, and Crucible Battle because I'm practicing for a tournament again. You nerds enjoy the battle report. All right, Imperial IP Agent, what are you taking today?
A little bit different than last time. I found some inefficiencies like the Ballistas, the Dreadnought.
The little Stumpy.
RIP
Little Stumpy. Pouring out for little Stumpy, guys.
Mr. Stumpy.
He's gone.
We got the Lion as a Warlord once again.
Yep.
He did pretty good last game.
He's doing stuff.
He's
really doing stuff now. Look at
I just gotta get him to do stuff today. He's not had a very good track record versus the Grey Knights.
No.
Once he couldn't walk through walls. That wasn't my fault.
Yeah, and I reacted, moved behind a wall, and made his charge impossible.
I was like, great.
When it was like a 3-inch charge, and then it was an impossible charge.
We got Azrael once again. He's gonna go with the Assault Intercessors. Got our Inner Circle Companions. I'm gonna use my Interior Chaplain as a Judiciary.
So ICC with definitely a Judiciary.
Yeah, definitely Judiciary. We got 2 squads of Deathwing Knights. I got one with swords and one with maces.
Yep.
We got Infiltrators here.
Yep.
Deep Strike Shenanigans, gotta block those out. We'll see what they can do. They're very ATV. We got a Redemptor, same load as last time. Dark Shroud once more with his Soul Cannon.
And then who's this?
We got our Eversor Assassin here.
Eversor Assassin.
Hiding out here.
An OG Eversor metal. Nice and clean.
Nice and
Not
cleaned
quite
up.
painted yet, but just recently cleaned up from his first shitty paint job in 2003.
We got our Scout Squad.
Yep.
Good old Scouts.
Yep.
And then right here
Who's that?
Totally Lieutenant with a combat.
That's a Lieutenant with Combat Bolter if I've ever seen one. And what are you drinking on today, Imperial IPA?
So today, I got something new today. We got the Ballast Point Sculpin.
Ooh.
Let me know if you're from San Diego and I'm saying that right.
Just because we're going to be sculpting some Grey Knights.
Yeah, well, IPA. Got it.
Yeah.
For
the Imperial IPA Agent.
Yeah, that's it.
And then for me, guys, same list as always. This is my competitive list. I'm going to probably run it this weekend, next week, and then next weekend I have the GT I've been practicing for. So then after that, we'll switch it. I'll probably go back to guard. So we've got, 2 Grandmasters, white and blue. We got red, normal Dread Knight. We got Crow. We got Caldor. We got our Collector's Assassin. She's going to be doing some ritualistic stuff in this game. We got 5 Terminators to go with Caldor. We got 10 Purifiers with Side Cannon to go with Crow. We got 10 Melee Purifiers because they're awesome. We got 5 Melee Purifiers to drop down and give a Hallowed Beacon to somebody. We got a 5-man Strike Squad, and we got a 5-man Interceptor Squad to deny some primary somewhere and fly and be annoying. And with that, we will get into the turn 1 roll-off shortly. All right, rolling off for deployments. Ooh, a match of wills. All right, and you're going to deploy first. We'll go to deployment and come back, guys. And the terrain layout is 6. All right, we are fully deployed, both sides staring down into the abyss. Imperial IP Agent, talk me through deployment. What are your thoughts?
So, Ritual, it's a more complicated mission. We got to make our objectives. Just trying to have a good power base here. Got a bunch of Lion and the Air Soul Companions with the Judiciary both fight first. Boosted by our Knights. Hopefully they can just be a bulwark and stay on this objective that they're going to make. And then we got the Infiltrators. They're not actually up here. They're stepping. They're on the ground floor. They're on the ground floor, 1 inch off the walls. And so the plan here is going to be kind of like, you can go 12 from here, drop that there. Then you're pushing me out so I can't get my 6-inch charges onto you. Plus, even if later in the game, if they move somewhere, and then there's just a lot of fights first up in here. So you're really protecting that first objective. And then what's going on over here? So just more like fire support. We got a couple shooting lanes here in case you push middle or you go around. Or you can slide over here and go that way. Slide over. Got these guys over here for secondaries essentially. Yeah, scouts can up and downy, and then the Eversor. He's got one. I didn't really. I'll talk about it in a second when I go to my point. But I didn't feed you any characters for him to kill, so he's going to be a little more cagey at the start of the game, and he can scout whichever way you want, and then you got the double contain over here with these 2 units. Yeah. Lieutenant with Combi Bolter here. This is another spot where you can build an objective. Yeah. Then you got the Outrider, Dark Shroud, and the Redemptor, who's your big, charge counter threat in the middle right now, or pop in and shoot if I bring this turn out foolishly for some reason. And over to me, I try to do something similar. My only sacrificial unit is a lot more expensive than ATV, but it is the 125-point Interceptor Squad who can move out here and do my middle guy objectives turn 1 and cleanse turn 1.
Then over here, we've got the White Dread Knight and 5-man Purifier set up to go for the double contain. We got 10-man Purifiers over here, just spreading out the units, if I want to. He does have one squad Deathly Knights and Deep Strike. If I want to do a full back end screen, they just do an advance and they start screening this way, while Crow's unit doesn't advance, start screening this way. And by the way, over here, we got Crow and Calder in the pregame lobby. We got our strike squad right here. They're in perfect position to just it's swift action, so they can get a 1-inch advance, move to here, and then build my first objective right here after already sticking my home. They're in perfect position to do that. And then we've got our advancing and charging normal Nemesis Dread Knight, my only normal Dread Knight here, in case you need to stick him out and play in the middle. More than likely that you guys know he's going to uppy downy. And then in reserves, we got the Colexis again, 2 reserve games in a row. I think on this map, he's not needed for the first turn contains on this map, this map is the first 3 games of that new tournament. So he's kind of a little less useful, but he does, you get to drop in, 6 inches, do an established locus or whatever. So he's got a little play, but he definitely has less play with this terrain setup. He's less useful as far as, there's not going to be an objective that's like in a wide open shooting lane that I need to park him on this terrain, really. Mm-hmm. And then we got our Grandmaster of them all, Old Blue. He's going to be doing a rapid aggressive 7.2. And with that, let's get into the turn 1 roll off and come right back.
Yes.
Metal dice. Ooh, you win the metal dice off gray over black. We didn't talk about what I was drinking,
no, we did not.
Which is Academia Shiver, and I got it because I misread it as silver as the name of the beer, but you know what? It is silver. It's true silver, and that's the beer we're drinking today. The Eversor has scouted forward just because there's no reason not to. If he has to go forward, he's in a better position. If he has to go backwards, he can move back his entire scout move. And I chose not to scout anything, and then nothing else scouted over for you. And what are your cards, sir?
We got Overwhelming Force.
Oof. That's not a discardable.
Behind Enemy Lines.
Behind Enemy Lines. Behind Enemy Lines, this one does discard. This one does not turn 1, which is ass.
Ass. That is ass.
Color Horse, nope.
We know that one.
Storm Hostile Objective. This is a redraw. This is a turn 1 redraw. These 2 are turn 1 redraws. The Cold's Impossible. Come on! What do we got? No, this one's out. This one's done. These 2 have to be shuffled back in. What do we get?
Extend Battle Lines.
Extend Battle Lines.
I'm going to use New Orders.
All right.
Using my first
1
CP. That's what it's there for. Establish
Locus. All right, get in the middle and you do them both. There you go, Invader ATV. Invader ATV about to score 7 points.
Woo!
And we'll come back in a sec. Dark Angels turn 1 movement. Talk me through it. What happened? Our cards were
moved a little bit.
Our cards were Extend Battle Lines and Establish Locus. Talk me through it.
So moved my lieutenant to do Establish Locus
within 6, just within 6 of that.
Just within 6 of that.
And we thought about, we did think about if we're going
to
move the bike up to here, but the bike can get shot a lot easier than this guy. He gets shot across the map, so if we're gonna try to kill him, we'll do that. Mm-hmm. And then the reason that Neil didn't move on the objective here, guys, is you don't want to put something on the objective here that would not make Overwhelming Force a dead card, because no matter what you put on it, it's gonna get killed turn 1. Here, I don't have to kill turn 1, so that's beneficial for me. I can just do what my cards say. But, Neil's also committing to not just lose a unit for nothing. This guy is a lone op, so if I do draw Assassin or something and I do have to kill him, I do have to drop in a vulnerable position that can be countercharged by this Dreadnought or something. Or the Lion. Yeah.
It would have been smart to have my Lion a little closer for Arc Intervention, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, they're close enough. Anyways, we just kind of staged them here. We didn't really need to move anywhere.
Yeah.
We did an objective right down here.
Built our first ritual objective over there. Still projected from the infiltrators, the 12-inch bubble, and the infiltrators and the Deathwing Knights kind of swap places.
Yeah, it'll still be more staged right here.
And over here, nothing much happened. The Everseer scouted forward and then went back over here because he didn't have anything to do going forward.
Yeah.
And with that, I think that's the turn. And you are going to score big. You are going to score both these. You're going to score 5 on Extend, and you're going to score 2 on Establish for 7.
It's not bad.
Secondary point. It's not bad. It's 3 less points than the most you can score in turn 1.
That's pretty good. And
we're going to go to my turn 1 where you'll be up to 2 CP and I'll be up to 2 CP. And I will do my pickups. I'm going to pick up... All right, guys. We are picking up Castellan Crow and his 10 Purifiers. We've identified a possible target for Castellan Crow. If the heart of the card says it, you guys will see it. If not... We're not going to do anything crazy and nothing's going to happen. You'll never know what I was thinking about.
I forgot. She isn't at the moment target.
Okay, well, we can do it in a sec. So I picked up Castellan Crow and these guys. I'm going to pick up these 5 Interceptors. And I am going to pick up the White Dread Knight So these 3 units are up. Crow and 10, 5 White Dread Knight. My home is sticky for me now. And then we will draw our cards. All right, we got no prisoners. Okay, we're going to do it, guys. We're going to do the Crow thing.
Dude.
And we got extend battle lines. Okay, so extend's easy and no prisoners. We got to get to killing. We'll think about our lives and come right back. All right, Neil, we'll just kind of like it happened at the beginning of the game. Who's the oath of moment for turn 1?
These guys.
The interceptors. The interceptors are at the oath of moment. This is the top of turn 1. All right, guys, so we're doing something crazy. There was paths to not do this and then just tie the game and then keep playing the game.
This is way cooler.
This is way cooler. We'll see if this pays off. It'll be good. If not, I'm gonna lose like a lot of my army right here.
I think it'd be great.
We got extend battle lines and no prisoners. So we just kind of did a big stretch back here, guys, to do the 10. We got our full 9 back there. They stretched and advanced. These guys advanced, but they kind of holding down this Caldor squad. These guys just kind of moved back here. I just dropped this guy down back here. He's got nothing else to do. This guy just moved up to here. He's in the better position to do that. These guys advanced. They rolled a 6 in their advance. So they can move 12. They stickied this. They moved up here. It's swift action. Their battle line. They can advance 2 actions. And they dropped my second primary thing right down there, which also give me extend battle lines. And then for no prisoners, this is the plan, guys. We dropped our 5-man strike squad here, or 5-man purifier squad here. Then we paid 1 CP down to 1 CP for Hallowed Beacon to drop Crow right here. Now Crow is within 6 inches to multi-charge both the scout squad and the Adversary Assassin. All right, and then we have 1 CP. We're probably gonna save it for the charge reroll, but we're gonna try to shoot this guy to death. We're gonna get shots on this Shadow Sword probably, and then we're gonna charge this way. And that is the plan to try to maximize our no prisoners. And to start with, we're going to shoot the 5-man strike squad only, 5-man purifier squad only at Grandmaster Voltus, aka the Lieutenant Fine Vulture. 20 Storm Bolter attacks. Everyone's got a fire in because everyone's with the loan off. Hitting on 3s down to 4s, but we're rolling hits. So when you have 4s, so your toughness 4. Give me 9 base saves.
On 3s.
Right.
Took 2
2 Field of Pains.
2 5 Field of Pains. No.
What's he down to?
Down to 2.
All right, 5 in the Purifying Flame. Rolling. Oof, and then wounding on 2s, they did 2+. Oh,
nice.
Nothing. All right, that was them. Now we're going to split fire Crow Squad. Let me see who all can shoot this guy and come back. He's got 2 wounds left.
2.
All right, so all 6 of the normal purifiers are within range and can see this guy. So we're going to shoot all 6 of them, everything into him. And then we're going to shoot Crow and his 4 side cannons into the Shadow Sword. Or what I keep talking about is Raven.
Dark Shroud.
The Dark Shroud. Get it right. I need to get it right. I'm putting disrespect on his names. 10 of AP 1 cover. Ooh. And then 2. And then those are Field of Pains. 1 Field of Pain each. He's dead. And then Crow, and then the side cannon boys into the Dark Shroud. Yeah, Crow's 4 Storm Bolter shots. 3s because he's also minus 1 hit rerolling. And then wounding on 6s, your toughness 8.
Yeah.
1 base save on him. 1 damage. And then Crow's Purifying Flame, 4 shots hitting on 3s rerolling. And then wounding you on 6s at strength 4. Oh, 3 on that one. 3 6s at AP 1 ignoring cover.
Save them all.
All right, and then 12 side cannon shots. Just 2 at AP 1, but does not ignore cover. It's 2 base saves. All right, that's 4 damage and 1 from the Storm Bolter, so we've taken 5 damage so far. And that's Malma shooting.
Down to 5.
Down to 5. That's all I got into though for now. And the only thing we've got now is the multi-charge. Crow is going to declare both the Scouts and the Eversor looking for a 6. I have a CP saved to reroll if I need to, and they get a 10. So we're going to do that and come in a sec. And so that was a great charge. These guys are kind of low-key fucked over here. We will try a long bomb charge from them into this guy, which is now going to be an 11-inch charge to make it from that 5-man. We'll just go ahead and try it. They roll a 10, which I don't think makes it. Let's get really burn with it and see, because I've rolled 2 10s in a row just there. And if I move him a 10 I think does actually get within 1 inch. They just made their charge as well.
Wow.
And that gets them to within an inch.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just kind of out of dodge with them, even though they're probably not going to do much. And then, yeah, we still have 1 CP. We don't have to reroll either of those charges. And so we're going to spend that CP for Sanctified Kill Zone to reroll all wound rolls. Nice. And we're going to activate the big boys. We're going to activate 1, 2, 3 melee weapons, Crow, and 2 combat weapons into the Eversor. And then 1, 2, 3 melee weapons and 2 combat weapons into the scouts. So first, Crow to the Eversor. See if I can duel him before he kills me. The man sent to kill me. Hitting on 2s, rerolling. And 3 1s so far. And all those are good. And then wounding you, your only time is 4, so on 3, 6s will be dead. So rerolling from the stratagem. Enough dev damage to kill him. That's 6 dev damage. Does he explode?
Give me some D3.
6. No.
Bummer.
He should auto explode. I think in 9th he exploded on like a 3+ or something.
He really should.
That wasn't a normal one. And then the rest of the guys into them. And they're dead. They're cooked. There's nowhere to consolidate to. That's just it. I'll get extend battle line for 5, and I'll get no prisoner for 5 because I killed 3 units. Eversor, Lieutenant, and the boy. Up to 10 secondary. The annoying part is these guys are not necessarily where you want to move your army either. So that's kind of like the reason that I was like, maybe I should do this, because now all of this is right over here in your grill, but this is not where you're going to be scoring. You want to kind of be here, you know?
Yeah.
Or move that way, but now it's like if you don't move this way, what's going to happen? So it's putting you in a bad spot as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And those are my action guys.
I killed like all your action guys just
all
then.
my
Yeah.
action guys. That's obviously how you beat this army.
Well, you have the ATV still. You have the ATV
I got my
still.
ATV.
He's doing action in the middle. He's good to go. And that's gonna be over to your turn 2.
Okay, dokie.
Where you're gonna be up to 3 CP. I will only be up to 1 CP, but good thing I don't have to worry about overwatching the Eversor anymore. Yep. And you're gonna get 10 primary.
Woo!
5 for holding just the 1 in no man's land. But I'm also only poised to get 5 on my next turn. Building the base over there was good because what I like to do in the ritual is I like to do that drop and just take them off the first objective they build. And it's impossible to do that over there to you. So I'm gonna draw your cards, see what happens.
Get rid of these bad boys.
Get rid of those bad boys.
Sabotage.
And containment. I mean, you can contain over there 1 edge. Containing over here is going to be impossible for you. Do you want to spend a CP to discard either of these? We are opening, while we think about turn 2, beer number 2s. Boop.
Choke.
Cheers. Decided to oath Crow the Purifiers. Probably the right play. They're here being nuisances. And then we paid 1 CP down to 2 to ditch containment into secure no man's land, which is great. All you have to do is make an objective and you get secure movement for max.
Perfect.
We are just spinning tacticalness. I'm Reboot Gilman and I'm tactical. To put his brother, the Lion, only into the Assault Doctrine. All right, guys. So again, we had sabotage and secure no man's land. Talk me through what you decided to do for your Life Agent.
Trying to score those secondaries. We deep strike my Deathwing Knights here to do that sabotage. You know, just kind of re-bolster our defenses here.
Yeah, I'll have a tough time moving Deathwing Knights, especially with you also move the ICC up here that fight first for
just trying to score this primary.
Yeah.
You know, we got a rapid ingress coming from that way, so we got our maces though. If he comes in close, we'll try and do some damage to him.
Yeah, so you swapped over here. You
swapped again.
We saw that, you know, going here to here. If you didn't put the interceptors right on the wall, infiltrators right on the wall, I'd be able to rapid ingress here and score points in my primary next turn, which is my initial thought. So instead, they move up to this wall. Their 12 is moving past this, so I couldn't rapid ingress on here. These guys then just move behind them. The ICC rolled an advance roll up here to threaten a heroic intervention on this middle objective, right? And then the Raven Shroud, the Dark Shroud, shuffled here to build this objective. Lionel Johnson, who was was paying CP to go into advance and charge, and Assault Doctrine only rolled a 1 on his advance. Ended up right here. He's got a 4-inch charge into here, and then the Redemptor just did a normal move up here, and he's got like a 3-inch charge into the Oath of Moment Crow Purifiers. I did then spend my only CP down to 0 CP to rapid ingress over here, and this is because I'm actually going to be able to, with that Grandmaster Dread Knight, then walk my 8 and then shoot and kill these infiltrators in my next turn to get rid of that bubble, which will help me out later in the game. So with that is the movement phase. That's what happened. And let's get into shooting. What's first?
We'll do the multi-melts.
At the moment. Oh, in the tray. Get those 6s out of here. All right. AP4 down to AP3 because I'm in cover with some guys. So 5 ups. 2 dead. Oh no, it's D6, right? So just roll. Only 1 dead. Yeah. Boop.
Twin bolt rifle. Twin blind.
Alright, that'll be a 2 of base save.
It's oh yeah.
I have him covered. I rolled a 6. He's good.
So he advanced. It's just a Redemptor.
Redemptor and the line also advanced, yeah?
Yeah. It is a Redemptor left.
Alright, how do we want to do it? You want everything into the big squad that's
left? Yeah. Everything to the big squad.
4 only. Oof.
That's what it is.
That's AP3.
AP4.
AP4 down to 8, back down to AP3, so it'll be 5s. Save 1, so 3 are dead. 1.
Rocket pod.
2, 3.
2s.
Then I'm in cover, and I'm good.
Alright. Gatling cannon.
2s. We're good, and then someone takes a dead damage.
And then twin storm bolter. Twin. Got 3 more saves.
3 2s. Oh, someone's dead.
Nice.
We got Crow, 3 melee guys and 2 side cannons. And then it's just the charge phase,
Yeah.
I believe. The charge
Lion.
phase with a lion. What does he declare?
Yeah, he's going into Crow.
Vengeance!
Vengeance.
And it's now a little bit longer than it was.
It's a lot longer. Yeah.
It is now a 6. And you got an 11. So
nice.
there you go. You didn't even need to advance that 1 inch for the CP.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to be
There's no point going back here.
No.
It's like,
No, because I want to be closer.
You want to be closer to get back into
To
action.
get back into it. Okay.
The Redemptor's charge is like maybe like a 5 or something. That'll do it. It's another 11.
Wow.
So he can't move through the wall, so all I can do is touch the boys. He can consolidate if the lion wipes. Yeah, he just has to
How many CP?
kind of like do a little baby shuffle. I have 0 CP. That's your CP. I have 0 CP.
You have 0?
I did the rapid ingress. So do you want to...
And I have 1 CP.
Do you want to use anything on either of these boys in the fight?
So I could do like a tank shock, or could do +1 to wound.
You could do tank shot, or you could do lance on somebody. They are T4. We'll let you think about it and come back. All right. We've decided to do a tank shock.
Tank shock.
With the Redemptor into my little lads for your last CP.
Got
1, 2, 3, 4.
3?
4. It's yeah, it's 5. Yeah, so 3.
3.
So this guy's dead, and this guy will take 1 damage, sir.
It'd probably be better to do the sweep then, because that's sustain 1.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
they're at their oath, so you can fish for sustains.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the lion's gonna start sweeping.
He's gonna start sweeping.
Start
I wanna
sweeping.
see.
You gotta start
I want to see
sweeping.
if he can sweep in there. And 12.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. AP.
AP3.
AP3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're damage 2 piece.
Damage 2 piece.
So 4 at AP3 will give me 5 up saves on this. 5s for the first 4 guys that could live. 1 purifier left. Bloop. Then 1 at a time on him, looking for 5s. He's dead. Then Crow, 4 up invols. The first failed save is going to be a blank. He has 5 wounds. I got to do pretty good here. And I do very good. I do very good. I save all but 2. Crow blanks 1 and takes 2 damage. He's got 3 wounds left.
Wow.
And then you can choose to consolidate or not, but then I still get to pile into you, so it doesn't really matter. And then the Dread Knight can now only fight these guys.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Boom. Dreadnought fighting the 5 boys. Alright, AP?
3.
AP3 or AP2 on him?
No, it's 2.
Yep, so 4 ups. I failed 2 damage.
3.
Alright, 2 dead from here. Alright, then I will fight back. Crow is no longer a purifier, so he does not benefit from any purifier rules. He will pile into here. You do have 1 dev, which I'm guessing you did your dev feel no pain aura for, and 1 save at AP2. Alright, you're good. And there's just 2 feel no pains for the dev. Okay, good. And then the 3 guys over here will pile on and fight. Holding. Oop, get in there. Oh my god, get in there. And you've broken off a pauldron. You do have 2 saves on the Dreadnought, AP2.
Take 1.
Take 2 damage on him, down to 1 damage. Down to 11 wounds on there, and no wounds on the lion, and that is going to be your turn. You got Sabotage ongoing if you secure No Man's Land for 5. Up to 12. Secondary, yep. I'm going to think about my pickups and come right back. Alright guys, so Grey Knight's turn 2. I picked up the White Dread Knight, the Red Dread Knight from back when I was over there, and I picked up these 10 homies over here. The idea by taking up these 10 is that these guys can fall back or you can potentially stay in combat. Those 10 can drop in here using Hallowed Beacon and multi-charge. If you only have 1 CP, I thought about Kaldaddy Draigo instead because then he could reroll the 6-inch charge instead of paying to do the 6-inch charge. However, there's not enough room here for Kaldaddy, so Kaldaddy probably wouldn't be able to get to the lion this turn, which is the more important one to kill. So they're up for that. These 2 Knights are up to just shoot whatever. We could start shooting this way. We can see what happens depending on the cards. And then on the board, we got the Strike Squad here who makes that sticky. I then get my 5 primers for holding 1 in No Man's Land at the top of turn 2. So my home and this are both sticky. I am 2 points down on secondary. We're tied on primary, and my secondary cards are going to be Overwhelming force, clearing off objectives, which is those guys, and these guys, and the bike. So we got some options there.
Yeah.
And we got Storm Hostile Objective. That one is more difficult, and I'm not poised to do it. But I do need my CP elsewhere. So we are going to hold on to Storm Hostile and Overwhelming Force. And we'll get into Grey Knight's turn 2 and come back after movement. Alright guys, so some action movement phase. I just moved my interceptors here because he was on the wall to be within, it would be a 6.5 inch charge to the wall, so it would be a 6.5 inch charge. But then Imperial Life Agent spent his last CP just now to react move them. 3, and he only needed a 1 because he's just going to 1 inch off the wall so that I can no longer charge them through the walls. And then let's see if that does make them visible to the Dread Knight or not. And it does not. And that is my plot
Tactics.
for now. Tactics, reboot. You're an Ultramarine. You're an Ultramarine. All right, guys, again, it's turn 2. We both went up to 1 CP. I had Overwhelming Force and Storm Hostile Objective. Kaldor is still hanging back here. I wish I picked him up now that those were my cards, but we didn't, so he's back here. The Strike Squad didn't move. They say it's objective, they're not going to move this turn. I did deep strike in my Calexis to build my new ritual objective. These guys moved up to here, to which Imperial IP Agent spent his 1 CP on squad tactics to then 1 inch off this wall, so I no longer had a 6 inch charge, and I have almost an impossible charge there. He's out of CP. And then I moved up that 8 inch Dread Knight over to there to shoot and potentially charge Deathwing Knight potentially. Then, because we have Overwhelming Force, we dropped this guy all the way back here because of their 12 inch aura and the angles of this terrain. This is the only place he can be and shoot his heavy side cannon at the Invader ATV to try to get our probably only point out Overwhelming Force. So that's what's happening there. And then over here, for seemingly no reason, we're all fighting, all the important people on the board are fighting over this corner where there's 0 points to score. We've got the Lion and Redemptor Dreadnought. 3 Purifiers fell back, setting up a Hallowed Beacon, which I spent my last CP on, to drop my 10 melee Purifiers from Teleport Sultan. Crow fell back to stay alive, and then I dropped a Dread Knight down here, 9, just to, you know, shoot the Dread Knight. Not even though this guy still has Lone Op, he can shoot the Dreadnought and then charge the Dreadnought just for a 9. And that's kind of the plan. We're not in a great position. I might not score either of my cards, which would only put me down 2 points, but would put me down and start the Imperial IP Agent's rise to power. And with that, we're going to get into Grey Knight shooting, where the first thing that's going to happen is this far back Dread Knight is indeed going to shoot his heavy side cannon into the Invader ATV. It is going to be 4 at AP2 ignoring cover. And 3 apiece. I believe he's dead. That's 9 damage.
Yeah.
It'll give me 3 points so far on Overwhelming Force. And then we are going to go into Blue Dread Knight. I was hoping he would get an angle on these infiltrators, but we actually didn't have to do that, so he's just going to shoot the Deathwing Knights over there. All right, you do have 3 on them at AP2 ignoring cover.
Took on a 2.
All right, that's 3 damage apiece, down to 2 damage apiece, which still just kills 1. 6 for 11 hits. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at AP1 ignoring cover.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's another one. Then we're going to move over to these guys who are going to shoot their Storm Bolters at the ICC. I'm not going to roll it. I'm just going to scoot them onto the objectives. They shoot the ICC and then they scoot. And that's where they scooted after shooting at the ICC. And then over here, we're going to go with, I guess we're going to go with Dread Knight. And he can't target the line, so he's going to target the Redemptor Dreadnoughts. The Redemptor has 3 at AP2 ignore cover. And that is 3 damage down to 2 damage, which brings him down to 9 wounds remaining. 6 for 4 hits. 5s, 1 at AP1 ignore cover. And that brings him down to 6, 7, 8 wounds remaining. I want to kill the Lion, so we're going to shoot everything from this squad into the Lion, and then we'll come back after that's done. All right, so after 40 Stormbolter shots, you do have only 6 base saves in the Lion. And I think you're fine. You're fine. 2 AP1 and more covers on the line. 2 3-ups. All right, you're good. Wow. Wow. He's got fight first. He can slaughter some guys. Well, we are probably going to just charge the Redemptor Dreadnought then. We're not going to declare him. We're only going to declare Redemptor. You're out of CP, so no heroic intervention. A 6-inch charge into the Redemptor Dreadnought for a 5, which fails. And we're stuck here, and this was a horrible plan. We'll then charge the 9-inch from this guy into the Redemptor Dreadnought. And he makes it on a 9.
Nice.
Boop.
Not good for all
So that's good.
RD.
I think that's the only charges. We'll charge Blue Boy into the White Knights. We'll see if it's even matters measuring. We did a 9. He didn't make it, and that's it. Those are my only charges, and we're gonna fight just with this Dreadnought right here. He's gonna reroll all hits and wounds. He is a Grandmaster. And you do have 5 saves at AP3.
No, 5 actually.
Oh my God, 4 1s.
Give me one more.
This is D6 plus 1 apiece, so it's D6 apiece, and you're very dead. You took 15 plus 8 damage. You took 23 damage. Does not explode. He's dead, and we will not pile in. And yeah, we missed the little charge, but made the big one.
That was a good one.
We're gonna lose Storm Hostile. I'm gonna ditch it for CP because I'm starving for CP, and we'll get 3 points in overwhelming force only. Bringing our point total up for turn 2 up to 13 secondary for a 1 point lead at the bottom of turn 2 over the Dark Angels. Well, I'll go to 2 CP because I ditched a secondary, and you will go back up. Or no, you go to 2 CP. You can have this roll. So 2 CP to 2 CP. Oh, your sabotage does go off actually for 3, so you're up to 15 secondary points. So you have a 2 point lead. Draw your cards.
Alright, we got
Behind the lines.
Ouch.
Engage off front, double ouch.
Oof.
You want to ditch either? We'll think about it. We'll come back up by, and you are going to score 10 primary points with the 15 primary. And when you're in command phase, you gotta think about keeping or getting rid of behind enemy lines and engage on all fronts. All right, we've discarded behind enemy lines for 1 CP because we saw a path to baby engage, and we got bring it down. So the lion's gonna try to kill a Dread Knight.
Yeah.
And maybe those guys are there okay, try to kill a Dread Knight. We got 2 Dread Knights in killable positions. And yeah, we can think about it. We'll decide on tactics. We'll decide on oath of moment, and we'll go into movement, and we'll come back.
We do advance and charge.
We're going to the Assault Doctrine.
Assault Doctrine.
And then who's your oath?
It's best oath of that Dread Knight.
White Dread Knight is the oath.
White Dread Knight's oath.
Oh, the
He's
moment.
the best chance of getting those lethals.
Vengeance!
Vengeance!
Our guys, and Lord Inquisitor Chubbs has come to collect his Imperial Tithe. He's been really bitching the whole time, so now we gotta pay the tithe. There you go, Lord Inquisitor. Yeah. All right, we're done with the movement phase of the Dark Angels turn 3. We got bring it down and engage in all fronts. You're up by 10 points on primary and 2 points on secondary. What is the plan? What'd you move?
So we're gonna charge the Dread Knight here with these knights.
Mm-hmm.
See if we can get this in there too, maybe.
Yeah, the Assault Doctrine, both those guys advanced up there.
Advance. This is gonna be hopefully good. Just wipe these dudes and then deal with him. I don't know.
Yep.
I guess I really need to look at some angles for this to make sure I can just be on this objective and not really be shot.
You can. We'll update you in a sec. So the Jackdaw Shrubs are staying on the objective. The ICC and the line advanced over here to tango with the White Grandmaster who has the Oath of Moment upon them. And I think you also probably want to roll an advance on the Infiltrators to get your baby engaged on all fronts.
Right.
We'll do that. What do you roll the advance? A 2, which is going to be enough. They can move 8 and just be outside of 6 at the dead middle and fully in that quarter. Over to your shooting phase. It should be pretty limited because most stuff's advanced. Do you have any shots? Charge phase. Who's going first?
With that.
All right. Deathly Knights into the Dread Knight. They're in.
Okay. We'll charge
8.
8. That's probably just a bad idea.
Then you'll get off the objective. Yeah. Are you on the objective right now? All right. Well, you probably won't stay there then.
I'm gonna stay there.
All right. And then this over here. Who's going first?
We'll do the lion first.
Into the Dread Knight?
Into the Dread Knight, yeah. 7.
7, so all you can do is this. You guys stay 1 inch outside of him.
Alright, there's some companions into the Dread Knight.
They can move through the wall too, though, so it's not
Oh,
yeah. A 2 might miss it. You want to spend your 1 CP on this. Let's see.
That sucks. I wanted to use one of the chapters.
Yeah, 2 does not make it. So do you want to spend it?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Does it make it?
I don't think so.
No, I'm outside of 3. Yeah.
Alright, Snake Eyes.
There you go, a 10. So they can move through the building, wrap around, surround, and we'll come back in a sec. I have invos. Are you going to go with the lion first?
I think we'll do the lion first.
All right, the lion first, and I think he might be striking, boys. Is he striking?
He is striking this
Let's see if he strikes out. If he doesn't kill the Dread Knight, I'll chug the beer happily. If he does, I'll chug the beer sadly. Either way, we're going to chug at the end of this. What do we got?
Well, I'm thinking, like, okay, well, wait.
I think you got to strike. You got to strike.
I mean, I got to strike, but, like, would it be better to do the Air Sword Companions first?
How many attacks does the ICC have?
24? Plus the Judiciary?
They're winning on 5s though, right?
They're winning on 5s.
Because you had a CP reroll to get that charge in.
Yeah,
so they don't have
so
lands.
I'm not gonna be winning on. No,
I think you might be down to the lion, guys.
I'm doing it.
If you think that the statistically, even though we don't have +1 to wound here, because we're Dark Angels, even though it's Oath Memo, we're Dark Angels, no +1 to wound, and because we didn't have the seed for the land strat. If ICC was still the mathematical option, let us know in the comments.
I would have lethal hits
With the ICC? Oh, rerolling for hits? You should do that then. I think
ICC. 24 lethal hits.
Yeah,
it would be the same. Yeah.
I would go for ICC then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's not much at all.
One more. Only one more. So how many is that? 8. So I would have to fail 6 of these to die.
That's unlikely.
Well, but you have the Judiciary as well. So 4 up invols. And we take 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. We only have 5 wounds left. We only have 5 wounds left, and it is the Judiciary's time to strike. 1 AP.
These are dev wounds.
Just 1. 2 damage dev. Down to 3.
Didn't do it.
And I will pay, and it's actually only 1 CP for him because Grandmasters discount themselves. 1 CP to interrupt and fight the lion. Because it's a new battle round, I will again reroll all hits, wounds, and damage rolls into this monster. Force. Okay. It's not great. All right, it is only 3 up invols, sir. Will his invols hold? They do. They hold.
This is a mortal wound.
Well, 1 mortal wound?
Yeah.
All right, that's 2. And yeah, the lion can kill me now.
Nice.
He did it. That son of a bitch did it.
Nice. Okay.
All right. 4,
So
5?
Yeah, 5, yeah.
5 and
AP 4, yeah. Rolls.
Damage
4.
4. I need to pass
same
all of
one.
them. Oh, I'm so dead. D6. No. And that is your bring it down. Now, do you wish to pile the lion into this 3-man Purifier squad or not? It's up to you. I do have a CP to reroll my wounds there, but you are currently unscathed.
That is good. They come out of that pretty unhurt.
They cannot because they fought and were still engaged. He can.
Send him in.
Send him in?
Send him in.
All right. And then I will pile this way. But first, we have some other stuff for you, and also you need to roll this charge. I forgot about it.
Oh, yeah. I did forget about that.
They're in on a 9. All right. So which fight do you want to do first?
We'll just do this one.
All right. So here. And I do 3 are dead. 4s. And, ooh, you kill him down to the man. What's the... Let me see if you can consolidate and whether I need to save 1 to reroll this or not. So if you kill them, and so yeah, you can't get here because you have to consolidate to the closest objective. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just let them die. Boop. And then their only move is back to the closest objective, which is the one they're standing on. Okay. And then fighting the knights into that Dread Knight.
Cool.
4 ups. And ooh, damage 2.
Damage
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 3 wounds left.
Ooh. 6s. I got 1.
And then
one more
AP2,
AP2, yeah.
A 4, and I'm good. One left.
One left. Yeah, down to crush him.
And he will attack. He's hitting on 4s, only rolling 1s now.
That was close, guys. Really close.
Hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, and then winning on 2s. You do have 3 invols.
3 invols. Took 2.
All right, d6 plus 1 apiece. The first one does 5 down to 4 damage, kills a guy. And the second one does 3 down to 2 damage. Cool. Or I'll do this fight here now. So I'm actually not going to reroll my wounds here, guys. I still don't think I'm going to kill him no matter what. We're going to choose rerolling because I'm getting +1 to hit. And then wounding on 5s. And the lion does have 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP2. Ooh, 4 damage on the lion.
You can get 2 mortals.
I get 2 mortals, kills him. And then 4 damage on the lion brings him down to what, 5 wounds left? Or
yeah.
6 wounds left?
6 left.
6 wounds left on the LIONN. All right, and that's your turn. And you got engage for 2 and bring it down for 2 up to 4. So it's up to 19 secondary point. And then at the start of my turn, my job is pretty easy. I'm going to pick up Crow because he's just an action monkey now. I am going to pick up Kaldaddy Draigo because he needs to come out and do something this turn 3. I think I'm only going to pick up 2 units. I'm only going to pick up Kaldaddy. I'm only going to pick up them because they're in an okay spot to help with the middle. So those are my pickups. And then we get just 10 primary. It took me off the 15, so we're still tight on primary. I'm up to 2 CP and you're up to 1 CP. I get a 5 for holding this one that's sticky and 5 for holding the other Collective Assassin. We get Sabotage, all right? And we get cleanse. Okay, so sabotage and cleanse, not the worst. I can definitely get max cleanse, and sabotage we can probably get as well because Crow's alive. So yeah, great. We'll do into movement, sabotage and cleanse. Here's the board. Here's the score. And we'll come back after movement. Grey Knight's turn 3. All right, guys. So I am in kind of like a losing position, but not by that much. And it's only turn 3. We drew sabotage and cleanse. Instead of deciding to build another objective, we're going to try to counterpunch here. And then I think if I clear those guys and I clear those Deathwing Knights and I tie up or clear all this shit over here, that Azrael's going to have a hard time killing all of Kaldor, especially because I have Mortal Feeling Pain to Dev Wounds. So that's kind of the plan, is to kind of, we're not going to build another objective. We're going to go for 15 by holding the middle of the rest of the game. We're going to cleanse here, hopefully. We're going to cleanse here with the Assassin for max cleanse. And then Crow drop back down there with his 3 wounds remaining to cleanse in No Man's Land over there. Dread Knight here moved up to deal with this. That Dread Knight stay in combat. He's not battle shot, but he did stay in combat, so he can shoot this turn. And then all this moved over here. I don't know how we're going to deal with the Lion, but I'm confident that these guys can kill the ICC, or at least get them down to like a couple models in shooting with full wounds reroll. And with that, we're going to go right into the shooting phase. Where the first thing that's going to happen is Blue Dread Knight is going to shoot the guys he's in combat with right now. Oh, 2 hits only. Wounding on 2s. 2 wounds and AP 2 ignoring cover. And that kills the guy that had 2 wounds left. And then 2d6 from the Flamer for 7 hits. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and AP 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll get him as well. Got them both. All right. With that resolved, we are then. This objective isn't sticky for you, right?
No.
We're going to shoot everything from this guy into the Dark Shroud, I do believe. Yeah.
Okay.
So everything from him into the Dark Shroud. First, the heavy side cannon. 1 wound on the Dark Shroud, AP 2 ignoring cover.
Okay.
You saved it, or
no.
That's 3 damage. You're down to 2. Then 2d6 for 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wounding on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP 1 ignoring cover. And that'll get him.
Yeah.
All right.
Somewhere.
And I don't want to make my charge harder. Assassin here will cleanse, and these guys over here will cleanse. I am going to spend a CP now because all this has fights first over here. For Sanctified Killzone, to reroll wound rolls from my Purifier unit and shooting. And I'm going to shoot everything from them into the ICC. So starting with Purifying Flame. This one wasn't rolled the first time. This is a reroll. All right, 10 wounds on them and AP 1 ignoring cover. 2 and a bit. Who do you want to kill?
2 and a bit.
2 and a bit. 40 Storm Vulture shots. Hitting on 3s, you rolling. Hitting on 4s, you rolling. Alright, you do have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23 base saves.
5 wounds.
5 wounds. So he's dead. Another 3 wound model is dead. Is this guy special with the banner? You'll keep him alive. And then 3, 4. Someone took 1 wound down to 2. That is it for their shooting activation. Judiciary and 2 survive. And then these guys stayed in combat with the Lion. Why would I do that? I don't know, but they did it. We will then go over to Kaldor. Does not really want to shoot those guys. You have 1 CP. These guys all have fights first over here. So we're just going to go ahead and not charge anything over here. And then we're going to charge Kaldaddy Draigo in first to the boys. Or we'll charge the Dread Knight in first, because why not? He's in on an 11. Then Kaldaddy Draigo will charge for his 9 down to a 6 using his ability. He rolls an 8, which turns into an 11 as well. The Blue Dread Knight... They have a mine, right? When they're charged, they fucking do mortals? No?
That's the Incursors.
All right, the Blue Dread Knight, go ahead and charge them because I don't like him. He's in there, just touch him. And then he's going to tank shock. And he does just 1 mortal. These guys never tank shock for me. 1 mortal on them.
Feel no pain.
Oh, you got to feel no pain. Watch them punch him back to death. I bet they will.
That'd be hilarious.
All right, 1 mortal on them. This is the only charges I'm going to do, so we'll activate Say that the lion fights first, seeing if he can kill those 2 guys. You got him.
Yeah.
Boop, boop. And I'm guessing you do not want it to pile, because then I would be able to fight with my focus.
Yeah, I'm good this time.
Makes sense. And then I'm going to go ahead and, for funsies, fight with the blue Dreadnought, see if he can do anything. I do, at the start of the fight phase, have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 OC here, or the OC 1 apiece. So I do control more than half the enemies there, so this guy's going to get to reroll hit rolls. Hitting on 4s, rerolling. Then with 3 hits, wounding on 2s. The little boys have 3 at AP 3. And that many dead is D6 plus 1 apiece. Do you have a field pain? Alright, the first one does 7 damage to the guy with 1 wound. And he's dead. The second one does 7 damage as well.
God.
Dead.
That's
and
a lot
then the
of
third
sixes,
one
man.
does 7 damage as well. 3 different dice. My dice are definitely loaded, guys. 3. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, 3 are dead. And that guy doesn't have a wound anymore. The first one that died had to have a wound. And yeah, do you want to go ahead and find me back there for the drama? For the intrigue?
Do it.
Can 2 infiltrators kill a Dread Knight? A 1/1 Dread Knight.
6s, baby.
Oh, I saw it for a sec. Alright, and then over here, we'll activate Kaldor in the squad. We'll do Kaldor himself first.
His AP is...
His AP is 4. His damage is 3 down to 2. You want to use True Silver. Their AP is 2, so bring them down to 1. But their damage is also 1, the boys. So they have, it'd be 20 from the boys at effective AP 2, damage 1. And then 6 from Kaldor at AP 3, damage 3 down to 2. And they get lethals and can reroll. Because I got my reroll hit rolls.
Dang. Dang. And then you got the Dreadnought.
And I got the Dread Knight, which has 5 attacks. Yep.
Yeah, I'll do 8 armor tempted for...
Alright, armor attempt for your last CP.
Yeah.
And we'll start out with Kaldaddy himself. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling. Probably gonna fish for some lethals. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, he's wounding on 3, so maybe not. No lethals yet. Wounding on 3s, you're fishing for 6s. He does hitting on 2, so I'll fish. And I get rewarded for my fishing this time. 2 lethals, no misses. And then wounding on 3s. And all of them, 6 invols.
Top 2.
Alright, that kills 1 guy. So they're down 2 apiece. And then 20 attacks on the guys. Rerolling the hits here. Alright. 5, 6, that was a miss. 7, 8, 9, 10 at AP now 1. Alright, 4 misses, kills a guy. It's down to 1 damage. So 4 just kills another one. Alright, the Dread Knight, 5 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Wounding on 2s. Alright, 3 invols. Oh, and the tray, you're good. And then they can fight back. Or I'll consolidate here just to tap as many people on the objective as possible. So only this guy can't get on the objective. And yeah, who do you want to fight into? Kaldor, right? These are definitely knights. Fighting Kaldor himself.
Got 4 AP2.
4 AP2s, 4 pinballs. I failed 2, damage 2. Kill this guy.
Got 6 more.
6 AP2s. You kill 1 more in a bit. So that brings me down to 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 15 OC on there still. And yeah, that's the turn. I am going to get cleanse for 4 for cleansing this objective with the strike squad and that objective with the Colexis, and sabotage is ongoing in the corner with Crow. Bringing my total up right now to 17, but if you can't kill Crow, we will actually I'll be up by 1 point on secondary 20 to 19. With that, we'll go into your turn 4, where you gain 2 CP. Azrael's still alive. It's turn 4. Look at him go. And I'll gain 1 CP. And yeah, what are your cards here? Cleanse. And no prisoners. All right. Interesting draw. And then, of course, you will only get 5 primary because you're not holding that. You're not holding the middle currently. Up to 20 primary points. Do you have enough in the tank to punch me 1 more time? Let's see. We'll think about keeping these cards or not. We'll think about Oath of Moment. We'll think about using our doctrines. We have Tactical and Devastator. Tactical, and we'll come back. All right, guys, we have a shocking announcement.
That's it.
We're conceding while we're technically up in points, but to be fair, even if you get cleanse, you're not gonna let's ditch cleanse because you don't have enough units to cleanse.
Yeah.
And what card would you have drawn?
I would have gotten.
You would have gotten assassination. So maybe you kill a Dread Knight. Maybe you get 7 points, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you go up to 26.
Mm-hmm.
In your next turn, I'm probably gonna like table you essentially.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be getting 10 primary, going up 5 on primary. I'm gonna be at 19. It's not gonna. Yeah. I'm gonna run away with it in turn 5 for sure.
Yeah.
So
I want that.
So you just kind of I mean, even like you probably wouldn't even get assassinate because if you get assassinate, the only person that can do it is Azrael, right?
It's like they would move like here.
He's blue guy's a character too, so Azrael would go and try to kill the 1 wound guy.
They're not able to kill him.
I mean, they can. He's got 1 wound. Azrael's gonna go kill the 1 wound guy, right?
They can grenades him.
Yeah, and then
Or whatever.
you're just on 1 objective still. Maybe the lion fell back over there, but then that gives me 15 primary. That gives me 15 primary.
You would just run the rest of the.
I just run the rest of the game.
There's
They're going to be dead. Calder would
Yeah.
activate first and kill 2 of them again. So
There's no way.
Yeah. So GG, sir. GG.
Very nice.
The first loss for the Dark Angels on the channel. The Dark Angels have been on a tear. We'll definitely publish the one with versus the Necron before we publish this one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, overall a pretty tactical game from the Dark Angels. And we'll see you nerds next time on Drunk Bolter.